Around 1300 BCE, the Eastern Mediterranean was the most connected place on Earth. 5 great palatial civilizations, the Mycenaeans, Hittites, Egyptians, Kassites, and Assyrians, dominated the region from Greece to Mesopotamia. They were bound together by trade. Ships carried tin from Central Asia, copper from Cyprus, gold from Egypt, and ivory from Africa across 3,000 miles of sea. Luxury goods, diplomatic letters, and technological knowledge flowed between courts. This was the first globalized world. Mycenae, with its massive cyclopean walls and the iconic Lion Gate, was the heart of a warrior civilization. Hattusa, the Hittite capital, housed 50,000 people and vast archives of cuneiform tablets. And Knossos on Crete, Minoan artists painted frescoes of bull leaping. Troy controlled the trade routes into the Black Sea. Pylos, the palace of Nestor, managed a complex economy recorded in Linear B script. Writing flourished everywhere. Bronze Age people wrote more than we often assume. Inventories, diplomatic treaties, myths, legal codes. It was a world rich in records. And then, around 1200 BCE, that world began to die. Within 50 years, nearly every major city in the Eastern Mediterranean was destroyed or abandoned. The Hittite Empire, one of the great powers of the age, vanished so completely that its language was forgotten for over 3,000 years. Ugarit, a wealthy trading city in modern Syria, was destroyed and never reoccupied. Its king sent desperate letters asking for help from the Hittite king, letters that were never answered. The city burned. Mycenaean palaces across Greece fell in rapid succession. Pylos, the last major Mycenaean palace, was destroyed by 1180 BCE. Cyprus was abandoned. The entire Eastern Mediterranean trading network collapsed. International trade stopped. Palaces that had been centers of economic life for centuries were reduced to rubble. It was not a slow decline. It was a catastrophe, one of the worst in ancient history. Who or what caused this destruction? The best evidence comes from Egypt. At Medinet Habu, the mortuary temple of Ramesses III, a series of reliefs shows a massive battle. The attackers are labeled as the Sea Peoples, a confederation of raiders from the north. The reliefs show them clearly. Horned helmets, round shields, distinctive ships. There were several groups. The Peleset, who may be the biblical Philistines, the Shurdin, Shikalesh, Denyen, and others. They attacked Egypt twice, in 1207 BCE and again in 1177 BCE. Ramesses III defeated them in a great naval battle. For one empire, at least, the Sea Peoples were stopped. But for everyone else, it was too late. The Sea Peoples may not have been the cause of the collapse. They may have been a symptom of it. Refugees from collapsed cities turned raiders, finishing off the very system that once supported them. We still do not know who they really were. Scholars have debated the cause of the Bronze Age collapse for over a century. No single explanation satisfies all the evidence. Climate change is now considered a major factor. Paleoclimate data shows a severe drought across the Eastern Mediterranean between 1200 and 1100 BCE. The rains failed, crops withered, famine spread. Hittite cuneiform tablets record desperate appeals for grain, pleas that went unanswered as trading partners faced the same crisis. Earthquakes may have played a role. The region sits on active fault lines, and seismic damage has been found at many Bronze Age sites. Systems collapse theory suggests the interconnected trade network was fragile. When one link broke, whether from drought, earthquake, or invasion, the entire chain failed. The interdependence that made the Bronze Age world so sophisticated also made it vulnerable. The most likely answer is all of the above. A perfect storm of climate disaster, earthquakes, economic collapse, and migration that hit simultaneously across the entire Mediterranean. The Bronze Age collapse was not just a military or political disaster. It was a cultural catastrophe. Linear B, the writing system of Mycenaean Greece, was completely abandoned. Greece entered a 400-year dark age with no written records at all. Hittite cuneiform archives were buried under the rubble of destroyed cities. Thousands of tablets containing treaties, laws, and literature were lost forever. Palace economies, the centralized redistribution systems that had managed agriculture, trade, and industry for centuries, collapsed. Without them, specialized crafts like fresco painting, ivory carving, and bronze working declined dramatically. Populations fell by up to 50% in some regions. International trade vanished. The sophisticated network that had connected Egypt to Mesopotamia, Greece to Cyprus, the Hittites to the Levant, all of it was gone. Regional isolation set in. The interconnected world of the Bronze Age was replaced by smaller, poorer, more isolated communities. But not everything was lost. Egypt survived, though it never recovered its former power. The Phoenicians, coastal Canaanites, emerged from the chaos and became the new masters of Mediterranean trade. They simplified the writing systems of the Bronze Age into the alphabet, which would spread across the ancient world. The Israelites made their first appearance in the historical record during this period of collapse and recovery. New political and cultural forms emerged from the ruins, forms that would eventually shape the Iron Age world. The Bronze Age world died, but from its ashes, something new was born.